All you need is yourself and a mat or some place where you can like move around, because we're going to be doing some planks, and actually like drew stick figures. I have this whole concept for how we're going to do things. I'm very proud of my stick figures. So we'll see how this works out. All right. So we have these, we're just using towels. This is how like you don't need anything. So we're starting with this feet together, chin to the chest, roll down like we usually do. You're going to stay down there for a bit. So you're walking the hands out. So going into, I think they call this cobra. I don't know. You're dropping the hips, bringing the chin up to the ceiling, and then shifting the weight back to the heels, and then slowly walking the feet towards the hands, just these little bitty steps. And you can bend the knees, do whatever you need to do, come up on the fingertips, and go down into a low hold squat. So you're just holding in this super low squat. Bring the arms around behind the back. I know this seems really complicated. Bring the arms around to the front and then back down to the mat. And you're just doing that again. Walk the hands back out and you start all over again. So go through 8 of those. Drop the hips, chin up. Shift the weight back to the heels. Stretch out the hamstrings. Little bitty steps up with the feet all the way up to the hands. Come down into a low squat. Arms are out in front. Bring the arms around behind you. Bring the arms around to the front. And then hands go back down to the mat. That makes sense? Can you guys even see us? Make that a little better. Turn up the music. There you go. All right, so 8 of these. Move at your own pace, whatever feels good. This is just supposed to be this kind of fun combination. Hold in a low squat. Bring the arms around behind you. Bring the arms around to the front. Hands go down, walk the feet back. Drop the hips, arch the back, chin up, eyes up. Shift the weight back to the heels. Walk the feet forward. Hold low in a squat, arms go forward. Arms are behind you. I'll just be quiet, because if you're not moving at the same pace as us, it's just annoying hearing other things. And I would say 8-ish. If after 7 you're like, all right, I'm good. Or if you're like, no, this feels great, you could just keep going for a little while. You could do this the whole time if you wanted. This hits all of it. Ankle, knees, back. Hold in that low squat. Arms behind you, arms in front. If any of those poses or those stretches feel good, you can hold down there for a while. No rush. Like Jason's pumping the legs to make it more of a calf Achilles stretch. You can come up with something that feels better for you. Go for it. How many more do we have? Are you counting?
That was 6. I was thinking about 7.
I guess we'll do 7, huh?
All right.
However many feels right. Hold low in a squat. Arms behind you. All right, from that low squat, once you're in that last one, you can just sit down. So just bring the hips down. Easy enough. All right, you're going to alternate. So my feet are flat. Knees are bent. You're going one arm down, one arm reaches over the head, push off that hand, and then come around to the other side. So do 8 on each side. Push, rotate around, hand and elbow come down to the ground, reach the arm over the head. Hand and elbow come down to the ground, reach. So it's this big rotation. There's a big stretch for the shoulder, for the back. The obliques have to do a decent amount of work to bring you back up to even, back up to sitting.
I did not keep count.
Should feel good-ish. All right, when you're done there, you're gonna roll back down, lay down. One foot is gonna stay flat. One leg comes up like you're trying to put a footprint up onto the ceiling, and then bring the hips and both feet back down. So you're resetting every time. So go through 8 of those on each side. You're alternating legs. So just like you're marching the legs. One leg goes up, back down. One leg goes up, back down. Whoa, having our music. Anybody want to sing? 8 on each side. It should feel like that's a big effort for the hamstring, for the glutes, but not super tiring. This isn't a strength class where we do like put a weight on it and do 15 or something of these. What are you doing after this? All right, after this, you're going through, what do you get, like dead bugs? So knees are bent, knees are right over the hips, arms are straight up. If my right arm goes overhead, my left leg extends. Come back to neutral and switch. So you're just alternating which leg goes out, which arm goes out. If it's the right leg going out, it's the left arm reaching over the head. So you're alternating sides. Just play it from your phone. 8 on each side. If it bothers the neck, you can relax the head. If you want to make it a little more demanding on the abs, you can curl the chin up to the chest. 8 on each side. Again, this should feel good. Good-ish. What's next? Oh, yeah. All right, when you're done with dead bugs, you should know. All right, you're gonna sit up, both legs out, at like maybe like a, like 45-degree angle. This doesn't have to be like a split, right? So you're gonna alternate, one arm goes forward, one arm goes back, come back up to neutral. One arm goes forward, one arm goes back, come back up to neutral. How's that working? Rotation forward. You can try to get like the elbow down if that feels better.
Yeah.
Elbow down, fingertips up, or just go fingertips up. So everything we're doing today is just going back and forth from left to right, alternating. 8 of each. What else? Leg circles. All right. All right. So from here, right, you have the legs out. Hands go back behind the back. So I'm flexing the legs enough that the heels are just slightly elevated off the ground. Think pull one leg in and then kick it out and lay it back down. So you're just like dragging the heel in and then extending the leg, laying it back down. So go through 8 on each side. This is just a big demand for the hip flexor. So drag the heel in and then pull the knee to the chest so that you can make a big circle. It's like you're drawing a circle with that heel. Go through 8 on each side. The next one I made up, and then I have no idea if anybody else's body can do this. It will be fun. 8 on each side. All right, from there, you're going hands planted. Bring the feet in, and you're gonna go out, out. Bring the feet in quick. So you're going out, out. Jump the legs in. Go through 8 of those. Quick in. Yeah, so when you land, your hips are up off the ground, but your feet are flat. So just this quick lift. So you're really getting this lift from the hamstrings because you're in slow motion. The hips are coming up, then the heels are coming in. Go through 8 of those. Once you're done there, you're gonna stay in this funky frog position, okay? Bring both hands over to the right side, even if it's just fingertips. And you're gonna go both hands to the middle, both hands to the left, both hands to the middle, both hands to the right. So you're basically just like crawling around to the middle, to the side, middle, to the side. If you can't get both hands over to each side, that's fine. Both hands will go to the middle. One arm will come around to the side. You're doing 8 of these. Every time you go to the middle, you count that as 1. So we're probably already there, to be honest. 8. And then from there, stay in the middle. Bring the feet close together. Knees are still a little bit bent. Hands are on the ground. And you're just going to alternate sending a leg back and trying to drop that hip close to the ground. As soon as you get to that furthest range of motion, come up and out of it. You're not trying to hold it for too long. 8 on each side. Hands are staying down. This is a big front of the hip stretch. Nice job. 8 on each side. From there, you'll go into a straight arm, bent knee plank. So my knees are hovering off the ground, right? They're 1 inch off the ground. And I'm alternating. This is exactly like what we were doing with the dead bug, but now you're facing down and gravity is not working in your favor. 8 on each side. So if my left leg goes back, my right arm goes forward. So always go opposites. If you did the same one, you'd end up doing some kind of weird, totally different movement. 8 on each side. All right, when you're done there, you'll go knees down, go back into child's pose, and you're gonna do these big snow angels with your arms. So just bringing the arms around to the heels, straightening out the arms, bringing them around overhead. So go through 8 of those. That's just shoulder mobility. You can keep the forehead locked down onto the ground. And then from there, last thing that we're gonna go through all of that again. You'll come up onto the knees, trying to bring one hand back, one arm up and over the head, and then switch. So you're going one hand back, one arm up, and switch. Bring your hips up off the ground. Reach back, reach back. That's your whole combo. That's a lot of stuff. 8 each way. Is it easier if you're down? It's definitely easier if you're down. So if that's too much demand for the quads or for the lower abs, you can always just rest the hips on the heels. 8 on each side. All right. And we're done. Just kidding. We're gonna go through that all one more time. That's how much fun it was. Does everybody memorize that whole thing, right? So you're good to go. Just kidding. Okay, so we're starting with the plank. All right, 8 of everything. Start hands here, feet back, and let's say we'll spend like a minute in each. So you don't even have to worry about counting. Go hips down, chin up, shift the weight back to the heels, stretch out the hamstrings, walk the feet up to the hands. You're down in this low squat. Arms come back behind you. Arms come out in front. Hands go back down. Walk the feet back. Hips down.
I forgot. I started in the wrong place.
So if you already know the movement, you can just go through it at your own pace. If you want to move along with one of us, you can. Arms come back behind the back, arms in front. These will be quicker. We're just going to go through these. Ideally, you're only doing like 4 or 5 of each. Down to downward dog. Walk the feet in. Hold that little squat. Arms back behind the back. Let's go do one more of those. Walk the feet back. Drop the hips, arch the back. Shift the weight back to the heels. Walk the feet forward. Last time, down in that squat. Arms around. From there, you just get to sit right back down into it. No problem. Feet wide, hands behind the back. You're just alternating. Right elbow goes down, left arm reaches over the head. Push up and out of that. Left elbow goes down, right arm reaches over the head. Rotation, reach. Rotation, reach. We'll do one more to each side. What's after this? All right, after this, you lay down, both feet flat. When you raise the hips up, you're also kicking out that free leg like you're trying to put a footprint up against the ceiling. Hip press, and you're just alternating legs. So it's this like march of sorts. Press, kick the leg. Press, kick the leg.
So legs spread out in front. Oh yeah, they were dead bugs. That's right.
All right, from there, go into dead bugs. So knees bent. Knees are stacked over the hips. That's important that they're not tucked in. By having the legs further away, the abs have to work more. Arms are straight up. Alternate. Left leg, right arm. Right leg, left arm. So you're going opposites. You can either relax the head on the mat, or you can curl the chin up to the chest and make it a little bit more for the abs, but it might tire out the neck. Nice job. All right, from there, sit up. Legs are gonna be at like a 45-degree angle. So you're getting a little bit of that stretch. We're gonna go both arms forward, one arm back. Both arms forward, one arm back. Reach, rotation. So you're going straight from that reach into that open chest rotation. Reach, rotation. All right, from there you're doing the circles for the legs. So you can plant the hands on the ground back behind you. Then pull one leg in, extend, set it back down. Pull one leg in, extend, set it down. You should feel that in the front of the leg. Just kind of fatigues that hip flexor, really. Then those 8 jumps. Does anybody hate those? From there, you're going to get hips up, jump the feet in. Set the hips down, extend the legs. Jump the feet in, hips down, extend the legs. And you can do one leg at a time, waiting for the return. Don't do one leg at a time for the jump in. I don't really know how you do that. Sometimes some of these best moves I make up is by doing something wrong, and I'm like, oh, actually, that was better than what I intended to do. All right. After those jumps, come up to this sumo squat, and you're doing these where you're going both hands around to the left, both hands to the middle, both hands around to the other side. So from the front, it's like you have these 3 little windows. One in the middle, one to the side, one to the middle, one to the side. All right, from there, keep the hands rooted down, walk the feet in, and alternate taking one leg straight back behind you. So from the side, it's here, feet together, switch. So this is stretching out exactly that space that we were fatiguing with those leg circles, where you were dragging the heel in and then kicking the leg out. This is like, if runners could only do one stretch, I feel like this should be it. We do so much work driving that knee up that it's nice to just like open that space. So you can do about 1 billion of these. What are you doing next? This is why I had to write these things down. All right, so extensions. So you're in this bent knee plank. Right hand goes forward, left leg goes back. Left hand goes forward, right leg goes back. Yay! All right, when you're done there, you'll go knees down, drop the forehead, and those 8 big snow angel arms. This is just good shoulder mobility. From there, come up onto the knees. One arm goes back, one arm reaches over the head. Push off and come back. Lean back, reach, push back. All right, when you're done there, stay on the knees, but walk the knees out wide and make sure you take the feet out wide with them. So the toes are turned out and you're just doing this like groin stretch, like a Frogger stretch. Alternate, reach the left arm forward, drop the forehead down, come back up to the forearms, reach the right arm forward, drop the forehead down. So go through 4 of those on each side. This is to get a lat stretch and to distract you from the groin stretch. 4 on each side-ish. And then walk the knees back in, bring them back to center. So you're in this like on the knees kneel. Take one leg out to the side and just press the hips forward. Alternate, do 2 of those on each side and then we'll add to it. All right, and then on that, after you've done 4, take one out and then twist around like you're trying to bring that left elbow to the outside of the right knee and come back up. 2 of those on each side. Like you're trying to bring that opposite knee around to the side. And then last variation, you're gonna do a lean. So when the right leg comes out, left arm goes over the head and reaches, come back. Last thing we're gonna do, stretch. It was short, but I would argue that we probably did more in this mobility class than in any of the others. They were all supposed to just move right from the next one to the next. All right, that's it. That's what we got for you.
Thanks,
Peace
y'all.
out. Nice to see you guys.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye, guys.
Bye.